Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Bills Stadium here at Orchard Park. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. For a berth in the AFC Championship game, off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. Taken in at the 3. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson to throw. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Watch the run, watch the run. Kill. Switch.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. This one swung out to Williams. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
All day, just like that. Just like City. Mike's 22, Mike's 22. Watch a slant.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He'll go up top here for Hamler. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way home for a Broncos score. K.J. Hamler, 58 yards. And the Broncos are on the board first here in this division round matchup. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Check nickel.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Pollard going to try the right side. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on third down.
Hey. Get him.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Watch the ship.
Allen will look to throw for it on fourth. Going deep for Diggs. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big gain there for the Bills. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a give right side. Pollard and taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Mike 34. Scoop. Pick me up. Here we go. 34's the Mike. 34. He's coming. Check him. Get your swerve on.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. Got a man. It's Johnson. End zone for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Here we go, D. Run it.
Now Wilson on first down.
Fresno.
Flushed out right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL than just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
Oh, into a sea of defenders have intercepted. Picked up by Sean Murphy Bunting. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Alert! Hey, 4-1's Mike.
On first down. Pollard. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Let's go right here.
They go back to Pollard on second down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. These two teams all tied after one. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Sponge. No. Check 26. 6 guys.
It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tony Pollard, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Bills have taken the lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
They still can't get it. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Let's go, D. Big series right here. So we got to step it up. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. All right. Here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Escaping the pressure right. That's complete, Okuebunam. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 39-yard line.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Mike 22. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Hey, 0. Mike 22, he's coming. 22's coming. Mike. Watch the run. They're right.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Just keeping the play alive. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And this is taken in by Hamler for a Bronco touchdown. KJ Hamler, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. From his end zone, Isaiah McKenzie. McKenzie will not return this, and it will be brought out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 69 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. Here's Pollard. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now a give right side. Pollard. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. Throwing now is Allen. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Tyron Johnson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills have broken the tie. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A huge play there for Denver.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. But it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Forced out to his left. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tony Pollard, 93 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Mike's 22, Mike's 22. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
22, Mike 22. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the whip.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. He's got it at the 15. And he is down deep into Buffalo territory. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson flushed out right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Bills are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to unnerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. On play action, Allen. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. Steps away to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So it's on to halftime of this AFC divisional round matchup. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they've been the better of the two teams through 2 quarters of play, much to the chagrin of this home crowd.
Yeah, this score is a surprise to a lot of folks at home, although not to my dad. He predicted the visitors would win. And maybe to the folks in the stadium, but you know who is not a surprise to, partner? This team with the football. They were very confident coming in.
On 2nd and 11 now. Allen. And this will be incomplete.
Well, listen, when you've got the lead, there's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
Going deep for Diggs. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down?
Here we go, G.
Mike 41. I've got to wedge that, huh? You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
41's coming.
They do go for it. Here's Allen. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone. A good run on first down, and now they contemplate a second-and-goal situation. And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Mike, 49. Brilliant. Check safety. He's coming. Double up.
And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Andrew Beck punching it in from a yard away. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Russell Wilson now will bring his guys up to go for 2.
Switch it. Alert. Like 22, he's coming.
Wilson going to throw for it. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to get a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say, maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Jam. Check three.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. Pollard now a first down and more. And he's taken down, but not before he gets to the Broncos' 36-yard line. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Check hot route.
They'll run on first down. Pollard, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Pick it up.
On second down, it's Pollard. They find some open field here. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Tony Pollard saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Bills will extend their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Judy, 71 yards. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And there, Charles, he lined up out left, ran the post, caught it over the middle, and the rest, as they say, is history.
And you have to love the scheme that they just showed there, because if you're going to run a deep post, you ordinarily have to get a safety out of the middle of the field. And you do it one of two ways, either by running routes.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And the Bills are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. The third quarter has not been kind to them after they built that lead at intermission. They've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now? Those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give, right side. Pollard, and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. Trying to run for it with Pollard, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. They'll run it with Jones. Sold out there at the end with a dive to pick up the first.
Were you as surprised as I am that they actually ran the ball there?
Yeah, I thought they might throw it.
Me too, but instead, they went old-fashioned, ran the football, and he made that call correct with that dive at the end.
Flush to his right. A check down here to Jones. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll make it a 2nd down. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now a give, right side. Pollard. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. First down, and it's Pollard again. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
We own them. 5 wide. Check.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Going for the deep ball. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
That was pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue, almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, helped force the incompletion.
The kick by Bass is good. So after 5 touchdowns offensively, hey, maybe it's time to get the kicker a little work, and he's able to connect there.
I love that empathetic side of you. You're worried about him getting some action, getting to be a part of the game. Well, he got in and got it done.
So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And this could be the defining moment of their season, all hyperbole aside. You're trailing here in the fourth quarter, the divisional round. They need to come up with something as they get this drive started. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Now Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up fourth down.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Wilson on fourth down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And